If your marketing needs 10 slides to explain what you do, you've already lost. Let me explain the problem to you that's losing you clients. Problem is that you're over explaining instead of persuading. I know you might be trying to sound smart so that you reach the most amount of people, so that the amount of people that see it kind of go, oh yeah, I want this service. That's not actually working because you're cramming everything into one message and you end up not saying anything at all really, because first of all, you're missing everyone by overwhelming that information, versus if you just gave someone one thing, you did that well, you'd get a lot more people interested than trying to target 10 people and all of them kind of saying, yeah, I don't know what this is trying to say. Versus if you target one person, you're way more targeted, you're way more tailored, and you're way more likely to get their attention. And because of this, you're talking at people and you're not giving them a conclusion. You're making them confused and there's no clarity in that. So let me tell you what I see often with clients, especially on their websites. But this is not limited to websites, random social media posting, marketing, trying to promote. So in this example, I had a client whose website had absolutely everything on it, from backstory to services, to explaining those services, to values, to backstory, to all the awards. And you know what? No one was reading any of that. No one was interested because the thing is, no one even knew what they were selling. It was just a bunch of ramble on a website, and this website was essentially useless. It had no purpose. It was not doing any selling. It was not even doing any explaining. So what was the point of this website? Why cram everything at once? And what we ended up doing with this website is just focusing on one thing. What was the one thing that this website was supposed to do, and what's the one outcome from it? What's the one takeaway that people should know? And once we got to the bottom of that, it was so much clearer. People were able to actually inquire and people were actually able to make a decision, because people don't buy when they're informed. Yes, that is a part of it. They buy when they're convinced, and that's what your website should be doing. It shouldn't be explaining, it should be convincing, and that's how you get a website that actually does something useful. And you might even be feeling frustrated because you feel like you're doing everything. You feel like you're doing more than people, but you're just giving yourself unnecessary work and unnecessary stress. You might be even confusing yourself by talking to all these people when you can just pick one avenue, focus on one thing, one outcome that the website should do, whether it's a call to action, filling out a contact form, making a call. Have something that helps people be convinced, because they need to be convinced. If they want more information, they can reach out to you. You can guide them through your website. And you might be thinking more information equals more trust, but that's not necessarily true. Think about what people are doing with this information. Is this growing your business in any way? Is this building trust in any way? And actually, clarity builds that trust, and confusion kills it. Because when you say too much, your audience has to decide what matters, versus when you convince them, you tell them what matters, why it matters, and most importantly, you convince them that they should buy it. And if you don't control the messages you're giving to your audience controls it, opening them up to give their own perception. You're opening them up to make mistakes. You're opening them up to be confused. Versus if you just set one clear outcome, one clear message, one clear result for one clear target audience, you're in control of that. And you get to decide why you matter, your price, your value. And if you don't control the message that you're giving to your target audience, they're going to control it for you. They're going to make up their own perceptions about you. They're going to assign a value to you. Versus when you take that and you build that clarity as to what you offer, what you value, but what's the one clear outcome they get from you, they will take that and they will decide whether they're convinced or not. Your real problem is that you have no clear hierarchy, no single takeaway, and no strong point of view. And a way that you can take this away and apply it for yourself is something I like to call the one-line conversion rule. And this is actually very simple. This is where you pick one problem, one outcome, one message, and one action. And let me explain this to you one by one. One problem. This is when you speak to one specific pain and not 5 pains. And this is for clarity really, so people really hear their pain, and you can take that one pain and you can focus on it. So for example, you run a cleaning company. What are the pains with a cleaning company? What pains are you trying to solve for people? So you might be speaking to the actual cleaning process, you might be speaking to how long cleaning takes, and then that moves us on to the one outcome. What changes after working with you? So let's stick with the cleaning company example. You've picked your pain, and because of that, you're able to offer one outcome. What is something that changes after working with you? What is one pain point that your service solves specifically? And this is why you focus on one at a time and not 5. Because it's so much easier to see a plan of action from here to see the benefits from here. And then we move on to one message. If people remember one thing, what is it? And this again relates back to one problem. You know the problems they have, and then you know the outcome you give to them. You then turn that into a message. You package that in an easy to understand form, which makes it memorable because it's specific, because it's tailored, because it's targeted, and you're not trying to focus on those 5 pain points at once. You're just focusing on the one. And then you can focus on one action. One action. What do they do next? Do they contact you? Do they fill out a form? Do they make an inquiry direct to you? And you already know the answer to this, because how will they know what to do next if you don't tell them what to do next? I know it sounds very common sense, but you really have to tell people what to do because they don't know what to do. And if you just give it straight in front of them, they'll know what to do. And if they're interested, then they're ready to take the action. Versus if you overload them with information, they don't want to read that, they don't know what to do next. And to properly simplify it, you can take this one-line conversion rule and keep on asking yourself, does it support the main point that you're trying to get across? And if it doesn't support the main point, it provides no value. You don't need it. You're just cluttering your marketing material, your website, and you're overloading people. Keep it simple. So whatever you're working on right now, whether it's a brochure, a 10-page LinkedIn carousel, your website, I want you to challenge yourself and cut that in half, because I promise you, half of it can be cut out and you don't need that much information. And what you're going to do is you're going to force yourself to explain everything that you've got in each section, in each carousel, in one sentence. And if you're not able to explain that in a sentence, there you go, that's the problem. I'm not telling you to change your whole service, I'm telling you to change the way that you explain it. If you can't explain what you do in a sentence, how are other people going to understand what it is that you do? Do you really think that they're going to stop and read all of that when you don't even understand it yourself? But that's okay. That's okay. You know what to do from here. Go challenge yourself. Go cut everything down. Ask yourself, does it support the main point? And if it doesn't, you don't need it. I promise you, you don't need it. And remember, clear beats clever every time, because confused people don't convert. Start by fixing one piece and you'll feel the difference. And if this hits a nerve, you already know what to do.